Hello, children. Are you all ready to listen to a new story? All right. Today's story is gonna be Watch Duck, based on the characters of Up. And the characters are Carl, Russell, and Duck. So let's see what they are up to today. All right, let's begin the story. Duck bonded over some rocks, scrambled up a hill, and crossed a little stream. The golden retriever was looking for a spot to camp for the night. Following him were his friends Carl and Russell. Duck had met them in South America when Carl and Russell were on an adventure. Do you want to see how Carl and Russell met Duck? Watch this clip.
Hey, look, a dog, sheep. Uh-huh. Speak.
Hi there.
Did that dog just say hi there?
Oh, yes. I have just met you, and I love you.
Can we keep him, please?
No.
But it's a talking dog.
Now they were having another adventure, a camp out. Around his neck, Doug wore a high-tech collar that helped him speak to humans. Find the spot, he chanted aloud. Suddenly, Doug saw a good place. Point, he shouted. He froze and pointed towards a clearing ahead. It had trees on three sides and beautiful view across the valley. Carl put down their picnic basket. Next to it, he placed a jug of lemonade. Okay, Russell, let's set up those tents of yours, he said. The day had been full of new sights and sounds. Carl, Russell, and Doug had hiked along a trail and climbed to a beautiful overlook. But now the day was over and the sun was setting. Carl and Russell put up tents and unrolled their sleeping bags. They cooked dinner over the campfire and afterward they roasted marshmallows. Soon Russell began to yawn. It was bedtime. His eyes half closed. Russell started to walk towards his tent. Hey, look at this, Russell shouted. On the ground just past the campfire was a trail of paw prints. I wonder what kind of animal made this, Carl said, looking at the tracks. I'll check my Wilderness Explorer manual, Russell said. But Carl shook his head. Bedtime, he instructed. I'll keep watch all night, Duck exclaimed. Doug was proud to have such an important job. He was going to be a super watchdog. While Carl and Russell went to bed, Doug sat outside the tents as still as a statue. But wait, what was that by the oak tree? A squirrel? Doug charged towards the tree and tripped over a rope of Russell's tent. Part of the tent collapsed. Doug hung his head. He hadn't meant for that to happen. Doug slunk back to his watching spot. He had made one mistake, but that could happen to any watchdog. Suddenly, a bat swooped down over the clearing. Doug jumped up in surprise. He accidentally knocked over the jug of lemonade behind him and it spilled on the ground. Embarrassed, Doug went to stand guard near Carl's tent. Doug watched as the moon traveled across the night sky. What was that noise? Doug snuck across the clearing, keeping low to the ground. He spotted fresh paw prints in the dirt. Then he saw a shadow near a tree. Something was prowling. Now it was rummaging. Duck barked. The intruder turned towards him. It was a raccoon and it was trying to get their food. Move away from the basket, Duck said. That is our breakfast. The raccoon grabbed a string of sausages in its teeth. Duck took the other end. He tugged. The raccoon tugged. Duck tugged harder. Finally, the raccoon let go. Duck had won. Defeated, the raccoon scampered away. Duck triumphantly carried the sausages back to the picnic basket. They were a little roughed up and dirty. A couple of leaves were stuck to the slobbery spots, but he was sure Carl and Russell wouldn't mind. Doug was proud of himself. He had spotted the intruder in the dark and scared it away. He had even saved the breakfast. He felt like a top watchdog. Soon the sky started to lighten and the stars began to fade. Doug was very sleepy. His eyes felt so heavy. His paws, his ears, nose, and tail were so heavy. But he couldn't give up standing guard now. It was almost morning. Doug put his head down on his paws. He would rest for just a minute and then go back to keeping watch. Resting his head felt nice. Maybe he should rest his eyes for a minute too. It was getting harder and harder to keep them open. Doug fell asleep. A few minutes later, Carl came out of his tent. He no longer slept as much as he used to. Carl looked around the clearing. He noticed Russell's tent and heard the boys still snoring. He saw the dirty sausages sticking out of the picnic basket and the jug of lemonade on its side. Carl sat next to Doug. Doug opened one eye. I found him. I found the creature that made the paw prints, he said. Yes, I heard you, Carl said. He gave Doug a pat on the head. Good dog, good dog. Together, Doug and Carl watched the sunrise over the misty valley. The end. Whoa, what a brave dog. Do you think dogs can talk? Yes, no, yes, no. If you are in doubt, you know what you have to do. You can ask your mommy, daddy, dada, dadi, nana, nani. I'll be back with a new story. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye.